1 year later, what's different? What has changed, if anything?
There's not much. It's still the same issues: safety and work-life balance for the members that I represent. That has not changed at this point.
The once common mandatory 30-hour shifts brought on by staff shortages preceding the strike are now rare. Instead, 12-hour days are now the norm.
But they're mandated on their days off for another 12. So in reality, they're doing 80 hours of mandatory overtime every month. And that's not sustainable.
Do they get their vacation now at all or no?
No. There's no vacations in any of these facilities. There is no work-life balance.
Staff shortages that existed prior to the strike were exacerbated when the governor fired 2,000 COs who went on strike, hundreds of whom still await hearings, hoping to get their jobs back.
These grievances need to get moving so that they can have their day in court, so to speak. As the commissioner testified later last week, that the department has got 4,600 correction officer deficit.
To immediately deal with the strike last year, the governor deployed the National Guard into prisons where many remain today.
Yeah, the last number that I saw was there's about 2,700 National Guard deployed across the state,
who are not trained corrections officers,
and taking on a task that they probably never would have thought of.
At considerable cost to state taxpayers.
Over $500 million for the year is in the budget.
And their safety.
Have any guardsmen been assaulted?
Absolutely.
As they told us a year ago, corrections officers continue to say their concern for safety primarily centers on the HALT Act, a set of reforms limiting ways inmates who act up can be disciplined.
When inmates don't have any fear of repercussion, they immediately become more emboldened.
COs claim this is what's behind increased assaults on staff and inmates alike. As part of a memorandum of understanding to end the strike, the state commissioned a panel of stakeholders to review the HALT Act. Gold served on it.
And it made 10 recommendations. Were any of the 10 adopted?
None yet.
Meanwhile, the state has offered incentives to boost the ranks behind the walls. However,
no one wants to tell their brother and sister, go take a job right now, when they're afraid that they could get assaulted. They're afraid that they can never see their family. Give some work-life balance, give some safety. You're going to fix not only the problem for the men and women that work there, but the men and women that live there as well.
In response to those who note correctly that corrections officers can make a great deal of money, Gold says what they're giving up, as far as their family, is far more than any dollar amount anyone can give them. On your side, Dave McKinley, Channel 2 News.